Hey, it's Dr. Karin. In this video, I want to talk to you about the law of attraction and what really works, because we all know that we are full of vibration, we're full of frequency, but how can you more quickly and more specifically attract what you really desire into your life? I'm going to give you some tips and tools that I've learned along my journey to help you do just that. Let's jump in. So what is law of attraction? So I like to look at law of attraction not only as law of attraction, but law of allowance. What are you attracting into your life and what are you allowing to stay in your life? Now in this video, I'm going to be hitting two key components that a lot of people that teach this leave out, but that's going to be in the end. So stay tuned to make sure that you're around for that. Now, law of attraction is about energy, okay? Everything is energy. Vibrationally, you are emitting a certain essence based on your mood, your emotion, specifically what you believe to be true. So law of attraction says that the universe isn't necessarily giving you necessarily what you speak that you want or what you write down that you want, although those can be key components in the manifesting journey. The universe is actually delivering to you what you believe you deserve, because you're emanating all the time with a belief about who you are, what the world owes you, or what you deserve, or how victimized you should be or not be, or how much you deserve abundance, how much money loves you, how much other people love you, how deserving of love you are. The universe is conspiring to prove your belief system right. Always. What we've got to adjust then for you to help law of attraction work for you is to really look at your belief system and then use the components of what you truly believe, what you truly desire, what you can truly align with to then attract exactly what matches that into your life. So most of us were raised, although manifesting and law of attraction has gone mainstream, which I love, but most of us were still raised going about this in the opposite way, okay? I was raised in a way that was all about kind of complaining and talking about the past and victimizing and reliving it and crying about how much we were hurt, and all the women would get together and we'd talk about, how bad the men were, how things were going wrong, So we're kind of raised believing that we should be complaining and ruminating over what's wrong. In the world today, never before have there been more things actually going wrong, although it actually is part of a divine plan. But anyway, we're going things that perceivably seem like they're going wrong in the universe. And so a lot of collective people, including a lot of media outlets, are talking about and really fear-mongering the things that are wrong, the things that are perceivably bad, the way that we can be victimized. So it's more important than ever that you, as your consciousness is shifting, as you really want to make law of attraction work for you, that you're disconnecting from any of these conversations, any of these media outlets, any place where you're being fed with a fear mindset, where you're being fed with a negative mindset, because the more you're plugged into that and plugged into fear, the more you're absolutely blocking law of attraction from working in your favor. So let me just tell you something really quick that makes perfect sense for me, which makes me feel super good. And that is, you were born actually knowing how to do this. You were born when you came out of your mother's womb and were 0 to about, let's say, 5 years old. You really thought you were the center of the universe, because you actually are. You're the center of your universe. You've got this universal field around you that's co-creating with the universe at large, with everybody that comes in contact with you. You have a universal epicenter within you that makes you a very powerful being. And when you were young, you knew to reach towards things that you really want. I want it. And to move away from or cry or reject the things or people that didn't feel good. And you can tell this with babies. You can see with young children and toddlers, when people pick them up, maybe unsolicited, they will retract if they don't feel safety or comfortable. And that doesn't mean that everyone's unsafe. It just means that maybe they want to go through a process of feeling safer, or something in their energy field immediately has a reaction. Watch babies, watch young toddlers. They do it instinctively. You innately were born being drawn towards what you loved, what made you feel safe, what made you feel good. And you were born immediately rejecting because you paid attention to your emotional guidance system, which is spirit talking through you about what didn't feel right to you, right? Okay, so you're born with this beautiful talent, with this beautiful spiritual GPS inside of you. Now, you're not going to look like you did when you were a toddler and scream and cry, but you still have that directional system in you. Now, it gets weeded out as you grow up. You're taught to then turn to other people for power, for validation, for the process, for the guidance. Now, I'm all for getting self-growth courses and getting a mentor and all that, but I always want you to return to your own power, your own spiritual guidance system. now more than ever, as the frequencies on this planet are raising, and as your consciousness is able to more easily connect with your higher self, more easily connect with divine wisdom, you have an innate knowing about what you desire and what you do not desire in your life, no matter what anyone else thinks. And for law of attraction to work for you, you've got to really learn to tune into that and honor it. Honor what you desire. Honor what feels good to you and what does not feel good to you. Because the more you're resisting that and maybe agreeing to things or allowing things that you don't agree to, the more you're setting off a wonkiness in your vibrational field, and you're going to continue to attract the things that match the things that you actually don't want, because you're giving them expansion, you're giving them focus, and by doing that, even if you don't want them, they're in your energy field. If you don't want to be afraid, stop watching the news, stop engaging in those conversations. Stop being in vibrational areas where you're amplifying that in your energy field. And that's one of the key ingredients to really getting yourself set to attract what you desire in your life, so law of attraction can work for you. So the process of law of attraction has some really key components that are incredible, because while they may take practice, they make you feel super empowered, because once you get these down, they're going to feel like clockwork. I've done this for so long now. Now I always wobble, but I've done it so long that even when I wobble and I start to be afraid, or someone or something throws me off, I much more quickly can center myself and realize where my vibrational field should be centered and where my focus should be. Now, part of this is really looking at what you're talking about. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about or ruminating about something that makes you feel afraid? Because law of attraction is going to bring something that matches that, and you were not meant to be here to feel afraid. Fear actually repels all the good things that you want in your life, and that's what's happening on the planet. There are a lot of forces and systems that actually really want you to be afraid, because by creating fear in other people or systems or populations, the people that are doing that, the systems that are doing that, they can actually have control over you, because then you don't realize your own power and your own ability to manifest what you desire, which ultimately, every manifestation that you desire ultimately is going to give you joy, love, and freedom. That's really what you want in the relationship, the car, the job. You want joy, you want love, and you want freedom. And there are certain systems or people in your life that don't want you to feel that free, because they just want to have that control over you. So we have to really learn how to kind of guard, be your own watchtower guard. Watch what your thoughts are, watch what you're speaking about, and really learn how to expand your mindset around what you want, disengage from what you don't, talk about the things that you love, focus on the things that you appreciate, disengage from what you're afraid of, disengage talking about whatever negative feelings you're feeling in the moment. This is something that I practice with myself. It's a very simple phrase. When I start to go down the rabbit hole and get afraid, maybe in a relationship or maybe about my kids or my own health or whatever it is, I'll stop myself and I'm like, oh God, I'm doing fear again. Fear is a very low vibration. It's a very low state of consciousness. I can be controlled by others and controlled by fear itself. When I'm there, when I'm in fear, I'm blocking the health and the wealth and the love that I really want. So I say to myself very simply, Karin, pick a better feeling thought. Literally, pick a better feeling thought. That redirection, that command to your internal self is all you need, because even if you feel like you have to stay in this line of thought because of a conversation you're in or something, disengage, separate yourself, pick a better feeling thought. And the best feeling thought you can think of is find something that you love and appreciate and just focus on it. It sounds so simple, but it will immediately, and in the meantime, take a deep breath. That also will physically cleanse your energy system from the energy you were feeding into. Pick a thought about something that you love, something that you appreciate. In the moment, you can look around the room. You love the light fixture in the room you're in, or you love the way your toenail polishes that you picked last night. Wow, you really love the fact that you're about to go on a trip in 2 weeks. It doesn't matter if it was something that happened to you or something in the future or something then. By the way, your mind does not know the difference between something that's gonna happen in the future or something that's gonna happen in the past or something that's happening now. When you're thinking about that thing, your mind and body react on a chemical level as if it is happening to you now. So that goes both ways. If you're ruminating over something negative that happened in the past or something you're afraid of in the future, your body thinks it's happening to you now is going to have a stress response and therefore amplify law of attraction around that stressful thought and start attracting that to you. Versus if you're conjuring up a feeling about something awesome that you loved in the past, maybe it was an award you won, or when your team, scored the touchdown, or maybe it was that thing in the future you're picturing yourself on the beach or on that hike and it makes you feel so excited. Your body will chemically give you a dose of feel-good chemicals to match you actually being in that experience when you're thinking about it. So you actually can time travel just by thought alone, and by doing so, you're expanding your energy field around that thought or experience or person or accomplishment. And you're actually then going to be convincing your field that it's already happening or it's happening more. And therefore, you guessed it, you're going to be attracting things that match that into your life, so you can guarantee that thing is going to show up. So I'm going to give you some really important keys that's going to guarantee that law of attraction is going to work for you. But before I do, if you like this video, go ahead and click like. And if you'd like to hear more on law of attraction and spiritual awakening, click the subscribe button so you get more videos as soon as they're released. Let's get back to the content. So one of the key things I want you to remember about law of attraction is, even though you want specific things, and of course you do, you're wired with desires. When you're asking, be as specific as you desire. What I want you to do is let go of attachment to the when or the who or the how this thing is going to show up to you. Let go of the control that we're taught to have to make the thing happen, and then only attach yourself or only focus on the what and the why that you want. So let's, for example, say it's a relationship. Think about the what. You want this person in your life to have an adventure with, and to love you, and to be loved, to exchange love, and just feel juicy love all the time, and have curious conversation and grow and all that. Why? Because you want to feel free, you want to feel passionate, you want to feel happy, okay? Milk those feelings for as long as you can, minimum 17 seconds at a time. Find that sweet spot of appreciation, because when you're doing that and you've released attachment, because when we release attachment, when we are attached to a what, to the how, and the who, and the how it's going to show up, and the when, we're actually blocking the manifestation from flowing to us fluidly, because we set ourselves up for disappointment. And in that attachment, there's a fear it's not going to happen. It's just in there the exact way that you want. So when you can just let go and say, universe, I trust this process. I trust it's going to show up in divine timing. That's the most perfect for my highest good. Here's why I want it. Here's what I want to feel. And you can already feel that feeling, because this is the next element. If you can go ahead and already just milk that feeling, milk the feeling. What is it that you really desire? Again, usually it's joy, happiness, love, peace, and freedom. Just sit there and feel what it feels like to feel free, to be, on that adventure in life, to be in the bed with someone that you desire, to be at the table with someone that you desire. All of those things, again, your body thinks that it's happening in real time, so you will then be emanating that feeling and attracting it much more quickly to you. Now, the next key component that you've got to put in place is taking inspired action. So it's not enough just to conjure up the feeling and to emanate that. That is going to be a key component, but the universe needs you to meet it where you are actually contributing to not just the creation, but the co-creation of the life that you desire. So ask, show me the next steps, help me to feel inspired. So as you're moving through your day, whether you're at your office desk chair, you're going to the coffee shop, or running to the store to pick something up, or meeting friends out, follow the nudges that you have to maybe stop at a store you haven't stopped at, to take a different drive. And then trust that when things maybe haven't worked out the way you thought they were supposed to, that you're being redirected and guided, because you've given your pathway up to God, the universe, whoever you see as your higher power. And you can trust that you are being guided along the way. But that inspired action is very important. Make that phone call that kind of lights you up, that excites you, even if you're scared. My whole kind of place of where I decide to jump is even if it scares me, if it excites me, that's when I know it's for me. If it expands you, make that phone call, research that trip, decide to join that group, whatever it is, do something different that feels like inspired action. When you're inspired, the word inspired comes from being in spirit. It's actually spirit speaking through you, inspiring you. It feels like expansion. It lights you up to take an action, to send that email, to do something that puts momentum in place based on your own powerful creation, so that the universe can meet you there with that manifestation. And finally, the last step is to always come back to gratitude. Always come back to gratitude for what is coming for you. When you can't find any other feeling and you're feeling lost, Be so grateful for the experiences that you've had, for all the life that you've lived. Be so grateful for what is showing up, for the fact that you're able to go on this evolutionary soul journey here on this earth right now because you picked to be here for a certain reason and your life has a specific purpose. I hope that these tips and tools are going to help you make law of attraction really work in your favor so that all those juicy, wonderful things that you desire are drawn directly to you. So if you love law of attraction as much as I do, I have a free masterclass for you that we're going to be covering more on it. It's going to be a stepping stone to your evolutionary journey, and I can't wait for you to be there, and it's totally free. So click the link below, join my tribe, and I can't wait to see you there.